Okay, so this is our tech talk about our project Art Lobby. Our team is Tucker, myself, Alishaa, and then Kelly, and our mentor is Anthony Torson. So for introducing the problem, we thought that during this tough time in the COVID-19 pandemic, people are unable to do a lot of their usual recreational activities. For example, dance classes or music lessons that would usually happen are no longer happening in person. Therefore, self-quarantining during the pandemic has led to an increase in boredom and often unhappiness for all the people that are staying at home and inside. So an overview of our solution is that we created a website that connects people interested in learning or teaching artistic hobbies to each other. With our easy-to-use website, anyone can create an account and sign up for online classes offered by other users. These classes range from lessons in musical instruments to various types of dance, or even film or web design. During this pandemic, people no longer have to be bored in the house and lacking artistic hobbies, since they can do it all online now with our website.
Okay, so for our project structure, our main file is our app.js. And then we have three main folders. The first main folder is front end. And inside the front end folder, we have all our HTML files, all our CSS files. We also have a header.html file for all of the HTML files. That way we're not repeating the header code. We have a models folder. This contains our user.js, which is like a user schema for Mongo. And in our views folder, we have our account.ejs file. And this file it's like an HTML file, but because it's .ejs, we can allow for a customized experience for your account page.
So for our technology, we're doing a full stack project. So for the front end, we worked with HTML and CSS, where we designed the website by ourselves and actually coded out with HTML. So this is the layout of our website, where we have like these different parts where we have description, and then we have a CSS file page that actually styles everything. In our website, we also use jQuery to add a function in our HTML page so that we can add the header in multiple pages. And leading on to our sign up page right here, we use a form where user would enter in their personal information, such as their name, email, password, and they would lead to this app post method that we use for the sign up HTML page. And in the post method, they would sign up. Their information would be stored in our Mongo database. So our backend is, we did it by using Node.js and Express. And in our database, we're using Mongo. And we're also using sessions, which temporarily records the user information in a cookie. So after the user fill up their sign up form, their information will be stored in our Mongo database, and that would lead to them being taken over to our login page, where they actually log in using the information that they just inputted in, and from there, their email and password would be saved will be taken into Mongo, and we will look for their account, and their account will be saved into session, which is session cookie, so that they can remain login for 2 hours max unless they logged out. And afterwards, it would take them to a page, account page like this. So both user and both the users, such as student and teachers, will be using the same account page. The only difference is that over here, your status would change. And also, if you're a student, then you would be mostly working with the left side, where there will be a list of classes that are offered, and the student would be able to choose what type of classes they want to take. And for the teachers, they would be mostly using the right side of the page, where they can add new classes that they want to teach. To add a new class, it's really easy. They just fill out a form providing the class name and description of the class. So in this example right here, we have someone called Code Lab, where where this teacher is trying to perform or provide a class called web design. So they just have to sign up for a class like this, enter in all of the information that is required of them. And after the form is filled out, their personal account card at the top would change. So over here, their personal account card, your default class 1, class 2, and class 3 will be none. And after you add a class to your account, it would change to whatever class name that you just added to. And that would be it on our back.
So some lessons we learned during this project were MongoDB, because we hadn't had much experience with it before, but we definitely learned how to use this in depth, because as Kelly said, we used Mongo to save user information to a database. And we also learned how to use full stack JavaScript. And as Kelly mentioned, we used JavaScript, Express, Node.js all together to make our app.js and other files. And we also used templating languages like EJS to create our account page and some other pages as well. And another soft skill that we learned during this project was working and collaborating with our teammates, which we know is very important for coding together. And lastly, we learned operating Git and GitHub, which is a very important skill to have for working together in this industry. And we had all had little experience with it before, but after doing this project and getting practice with pushing and pulling and committing files, we feel like we're very familiar with it.
Okay, so for the further work, one data security thing we would have liked to add is encrypting and decrypting password using Passport. And for those of you who don't know, Passport is an authentication middleware for Node.js. We would have also liked to have a time selection between students and teachers, specifically like a calendar feature where you can select the date and time on a calendar. We also would have liked to include a way of communication between the students and teachers. So for example, like a messaging feature, or even a way where you could add pictures and videos. One more thing we would have liked to add was React as well, but we decided to leave the React out of the program just for time issues. And here's all our public contact info for Art Lobby. And that about wraps it up. So thank you everyone for watching.